Oh my gosh, she made a video. I know I have been gone forever, it seems like, but I wanted to make a video about a series that I have been obsessing about for forever since I discovered it. And I've tried to talk all my friends into reading it, so I think Haley's reading it right now and Kelly's reading it because I bug them until they read it because I feel like I have to justify my book choices and say, you love it too, right? Right? You love it too? Okay, so anyway, I'm back. I went even darker still, if you can tell. I just got it dyed yesterday, so that's why it looks so like flat. You know how after they style it and then the next day it never really looks nearly as good, and so I'm still like adjusting to the color. So if I look scary pale right now, it's because my hair is darker, so it's showing my winter pale a little bit more so than usual. But anyway, I wanted to share this book series with you guys, and it's so good. I'm sorry. I'm just so excited about it. And I first discovered it from a girl, a makeup guru on YouTube named Mischievous, I think. Yeah, that's her like online name. And she reviewed it, and I thought, well, you know, Twilight's over. Obviously, I read that a long time ago. Read The Hunger Games, read Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, read Vampire Academy, was obsessed with Vampire Academy. I need something new to read because I was reading for a while the Black Dagger Brotherhood, which that's a great series if you need filler series. Like, it's not a series like on its own that I could obsess about like Twilight or Hunger Games. It's a good like filler romance series because it's a romance novel series. So I read Black Dagger Brotherhood, and then I read, I don't know what the official name of the series is, but it's about Cat and Bones. So if any of y'all read that, I think the first one is like One Foot in the Grave, and then at Gravesend, and like they all have some sort of reference to grave in them, and it's about vampires, and that's a really good series, but it's also kind of a filler series with vampires. And so I haven't really found anything since Vampire Academy that I just loved until The Mortal Instruments came along, and this is book 4. But like I said, I watched Mischievous's video on this series, and I wanted to make a quick video for you guys because if you've tried to read the first one and you're like totally disgusted, don't give up. I promise. This video is to convince you to keep going because they just get better. And the next one comes out in May. Book 5 comes out in May, and then book 6 comes out next year. So there's going to be 6 books total in the series. And there's going to be spoilers in this, so if you don't want to know what happens, then go ahead and turn this off. But basically, I'll try and summarize it the best I can. I'm not good at this. But it's about a girl. It's told from her perspective. At least most of the first book. It switches perspectives a little bit as the books go on. But it's mainly about her, and her name is Clary Frey, and I love that name, Clary. And she's just a normal girl, and her best friend, Simon, they go to a club. Sorry, my dog's gonna be in the background the whole time. They go to a nightclub, and she notices these people, these really beautiful people, take another boy they're all the same age, another boy into a back room, and now they're gonna fight. The dog's behind me. And so she panics and follows them, and then she sees the 3 that she noticed kill the other boy. Well, the other boy turns out it's not a boy, it's a demon. And the 3 that she saw were Isabel, Alec, and Jace. And they are shadow hunters, which means that they kill demons. This is so ridiculous to explain with them behind me. So anyway, they're demon hunters. And it reminds me a lot of the Sookie Stackhouse series, which I've read those too. But the Sookie, like True Blood series, because there's fairies and werewolves and vampires and pixies and water nymphs and all kinds of different creatures. And it's set in New York, and I think these came out in 2007, the first one did. But anyway, so she discovers, sort of accidentally, at this club, this whole underground world of demon hunters. And it turns out, right after that, her mom gets kidnapped by demons. So she's kind of thrown into this world all of a sudden. And Jace, the demon hunter, kind of comes to help her out. and help her find her mother. And she slowly starts realizing that she's not actually a normal human. She is a demon hunter as well. Because you have to be born a shadow hunter. You're not like made one. You know, you can't like train and become a shadow hunter. You're born with shadow hunter blood, because shadow hunters are made from, they're part angel, part human. Anyway, that's a whole complicated story. So demons have her mom. Jace comes to help her. Jace is, of course, the love interest, and he's so adorable. Like he's so funny and cocky, and you hate him, but you really like him. And from the minute I started reading, I was like, oh my gosh, they're perfect together, because she can't stand him, but she really does like him. And then of course there's a love triangle, because her friend Simon has liked her the whole time. And anyway, that's an interesting twist in the story. So as she's trying to find her mother, she realizes that the man who hired the demons to kidnap her mother is a man named Valentine. And as the series goes on, they're battling him in every book until this book. And then they get him. I don't want to give it away. It's so hard to give a summary without giving everything away. But Valentine is the enemy that they're battling the whole time. They fight demons. They team up with fairies. There's werewolves and vampires, and it takes a really interesting turn because Simon gets kidnapped by vampires. Then of course he turns into a vampire. So he's in that world, and then they become friends with a werewolf named Mia. And it's so hard to explain without giving it away. But I will tell you, after the first book, this is what turns a lot of people off. Because, sorry, my foot's going to sleep. Let me get adjusted. Clary, oh, now I'm like too high. So Clary and Jace are love interests. And they have a little makeout scene in the first book, and it's really sweet. And you're like, oh my gosh, I love them together. And I'm so excited that they're together. Then it turns out at the end, Valentine is not only Clary's dad, he's Jace's dad too. So they're brother and sister. So you think until this book. The first one is called City of Bones. Then City of Ashes. There's City of Bones, City of Glass, City of Ashes, and then City of Fallen Angels. And I can't remember the order. Maybe it's in here. Hold on. You know how it lists it sometimes at the beginning? I doubt it. But, yeah, okay. First one is City of Bones, then City of Ashes, then City of Glass, and then City of Fallen Angels. And then she has another series called The Infernal Devices, and the first one is Clockwork Angel, but I haven't read that series yet. I'm still obsessed with this one. I literally finished all 4 of these and started reading again. So I'm rereading. I'm on book, this is by my nightstand. I'm on City of Glass again. I'm on book 3 again because I'm psycho and I'm rereading. I love them that much. There's so much stuff that goes on in these books. It's amazing. But like I said, once you find out Clary and Jace are brother and sister, don't give up hope, because it turns out they're not. And I'm giving that away, but I won't give away all the like crazy things that happen to make them realize they're not. Because her real brother, she does have a brother. It's not Jace. And the real brother comes into play in the 3rd and this book. And so don't stop after the first book. I'm telling you, don't stop, because I can't remember. One of my friends, another girl at work, is reading it, and she's like, I don't want to read anymore. They're related. That's gross. I'm like, no, I promise. Because everybody's totally disgusted. They're like, oh, I was so excited they kissed, and then they're brother and sister. It's like a very Star Wars type relationship. And I was like, no, you have to keep going. I promise. Because it is crazy. It's so good. My best friend, Bobby, and I were reading this series at the same time, and we texted every day because it's really good. And the author is Cassandra Clare, and I really like, sometimes it's overwhelming, but she's a very descriptive writer. Like she's the way that she describes settings and you know, people's features and cities like New York. It's set in New York, and the way she describes the skylines and buildings, and she's amazingly descriptive, and it's such a good series. So please check these out. If you've read them, please let me know. Bella wants to say hi. Hey, say hi. And Jasper. Yes. Oh, I love you. So If you've read them, leave me a comment. Be nice, please. If you've read them, leave me a comment. Let me know if I left anything out, because I really am terrible at summarizing. All I can say is read them because they're amazing. But if you haven't read them, give them a shot. Promise. They're just as good, if not as good, as The Hunger Games and Twilight. And best part is they're making a movie, of course. Lily Collins is going to be Clary Frey. And then Jamie Campbell Bower from Twilight and Harry Potter. They're fighting. Jamie Campbell Bower from Twilight and Harry Potter is going to be Jace. And I still don't know how I feel about that, because when you read this, and I have yet to find anybody that argues with me. I mean, I can't picture anybody for this role but Alex Pettyfer. I don't know how to say his last name. He's in I Am Number 4 and Beastly, the blonde guy. The way that Jace is described is he looks just like what Jace would look like, I think, in my mind. So when I read this, I picture him. But I think Jamie Campbell Bower will work. I read on IMDb that they were gonna give it to Alex Pettyfer, like straight up. We're like, this was written for you, and he couldn't do it or something. So anyway, check it out. It's a great series. Great, wonderful, amazing series. I love it. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. So, leave me a comment, and I will see you guys later. Bye.